Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios on this 04.23.2025. Current time is 0612 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on Rumble Studios, as well as over there on X. And we are live for the first time in a long time on 7 channels today. We were fiddling around yesterday, and I guess they fixed the Facebook, so I don't have to manually put the Facebook up. And we are also returning to Kick. We are on Kick at Fireman Rich over on Kick, and we are over there, and we'll see how that works. I know last time I was there, they've done some changes on Kick. I haven't been on Kick, so we're back on Kick, and we're on the Facebook Live. Oh, what's going on here? Where's the volume here? Where's the volume? Where is the volume? Oh, there it is. Okay, I got to look for the volume on Facebook. We are on Facebook, though. We are on Facebook. Okay. But we're on 7 channels now, and we're very thankful as far as that goes to be on it. And let me see if I can get this set up right the way I want it there. Okay, there we go. We'll just leave it at that. And we're on Kick. And we're also on here on Rumble. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch. We're on Locals. And let's see, Rumble, Locals, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, X Live, and Kick. 7 platforms. We have returned to 7 platforms. Let's see how long that lasts and stuff like that. But good morning, and we do have the morning coffee. So I have everybody have a yeah, lots of laughs, Tina. Good morning to Tina, our Jersey girl. Huh? Good morning to Tina. The missus says good morning. She's getting into the spirit here as far as beating you guys to the punch there. Good morning to you, Tina, and she's saying good morning from the Twitch side, and she is also laughing at my enjoyment of being on 7 platforms as far as that goes. But and Tina says good morning to the missus as well. So you don't have your coffee, girl, go get it and kick back and watch this knucklehead jab, jab, jab. I'm all elated. We're back on 7 channel. Yesterday I was piddling around with the Rumble Studios. And I said, let me check Facebook. And sure enough, Facebook is on. And then I said, well, I don't have to manually start it anymore. So, well, until, I don't know, until something else craps out. Let's go ahead and put Kick back on there. As far as that goes. Okay, I'm going to get the coffee. Okay, going to get the coffee. Very good, Tina. Get the coffee there. Got to get a good cup of coffee. Here for this hashtag positive start to the day, hashtag PSTTD, and we are off and running here this morning, and to do such. And I hope everybody had a great day yesterday. I had a pretty decent day yesterday. Was playing around with the Rumble Studios. I even did a little bit, a very little bit of Bitcoin mining yesterday, and I'm readdressing that again. But I got to wait for something. I got to wait for I had to re-verify something, so I'm waiting for notice back on that before I continue, because there's no sense in scraping up the Satoshis and stuff like that if you can't put them somewhere. And so the one wallet that I do use, I have to get recertification, so I got to see what happens. And I just do it on a very small scale. It's interesting. It's interesting, especially Bitcoin prices went up. With what I have there, it looked like it went up $2 on the Bitcoin that I had. So I had an extra $2 in my wallet. So that's always good. I didn't do nothing. So, but Was playing around with that, played around with Rumble, and we did play PUBG Battlegrounds. Me and my PUBG Battleground partner Wingnut had, or no, we didn't. There was a soccer game yesterday, the European football on the Premier League, Manchester. We'll talk about that. Manchester played yesterday, but I did play one game yesterday before the game, and I got a chicken dinner on FPP. That's first person perspective solo. So it shows that I'm improving. If I'm patient. We're the other day, was it Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday, which was yesterday. No, maybe it was Monday. Monday afternoon. Monday afternoon. Me and Wingnut were talking that we get into the heat of battle, and I get very, very involved, but I get very. It's exciting. It's very exciting, and sometimes you lose. It's like, okay, you lose your bearings, I guess you could say, as far as that goes. Let's see. Double J says gold prices are hitting an all-time. Hey, Double J's, good to see you here. Gold prices are hitting an all-time high. Right? Are they? Okay. I just yesterday, over the last couple of days, like I said, I just looked at my Bitcoin, and I was just doing some stuff I hadn't done in a while, and that was, go to 7 broadcasts now on the Rumble Studios here, 7 platforms, and then I sort of slide it over to the Bitcoin wallets I have, and then this one I'm like looking at, it's like, wait a minute, that's like $2 more, and I didn't even put any Bitcoin in it, and so I got a little Bitcoin, but it's on the Satoshi level. Okay, I just there's these games you can play, you can gather Satoshis and stuff like that, and it's fun as far as that goes. So you make a few bucks, not a lot. You actually you make more than you do on what they pay out on Twitch and Rumble right now for me. If we get like maybe another 20 people here on Rumble, we can do those readouts, and I'll be making a little bit more money than I do on Twitch. But I'm not here about the money. That's just extra. That's like the cherry on top of the cake and stuff like that. So the money is not the factor. It's just the fact of being aware of the Bitcoin. But gold prices are up. See, I'm scared about getting gold, buying gold. Where do you put it? What if you lose it? It's just like, but then again, a bank, but a bank is more, I don't know. It's how you look at it, I guess. But good to see you here, Double J's. I hope everything also well with you. And so I had a great day yesterday. And I played one game of PUBG, and then we played last night. And you keep it in the bank, never. Yeah. But it's always smart to keep a little bit in the house, not the whole shebang, but enough bucks to where if the banks are closed, you got some. If there's a flood that comes by, the banks are going to be closed. And Tina's saying hi to Double J's, and we're glad to see Double J's here and stuff. And but yeah, you should keep it all in. That old saying, don't keep. People used to keep it in their mattress, like that was a secret place. It's probably the first place a criminal looks. But so we had a good day yesterday, Tuesday, and we're here Wednesday. It's Hump Day. We're halfway through the week, as far as that goes. And Double J's is saying good morning back to Tina, and as far as that goes in the chat. So. And on top of us broadcasting, I guess I verbalized the chat because we do repurpose this audio for this platform on Spotify for creators in the podcast format. Audio, that's what it is. That's all it is audio. And so we repurpose the audio for an audio pod, as I call them. It's not the audio podcast, it's an audio pod. So we do that, and we get our share of responses on people listening to that. That's why we're doing it. So I want to say thank you for those folks that listen to the replay on the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning coffee broadcast here. So, but we are getting our day started here, and week is going by fast. And let's see. I probably will not be doing that much this weekend, just as a programming note, because we have family. We're going to have a full house this weekend. So I even have to cancel I got to call my neighbor here either today or tomorrow. If I don't see him when I go by his house when I go for the morning walk, to cancel the Friday evening chess game because we're going to have family here. As far as instead of last weekend Easter, everybody's schedules fit to where they're here today this weekend. Of course, me and the missus were always here. We were last to know that they were all planning this to come here and invade the house. It's like, okay, go ahead. We're just. Um, so we got to. I think today we're supposed to go to a store, BJ's. That's the box store that's up there in Johnson City to do some shopping. We haven't been up there in a while, so we're gonna get some stuff as far as that goes. Barbecue. I don't know. Double J's will probably. Are we having Speedies? Okay, we're having Speedies. Yeah, so we're going to probably have speed, not barbecued. Though it's nice weather too. Barbecue. It's some good weather, but we're going to have Speedies. That's always Speedies is marinated meat on us. Look up Lupo's on Google and Lupo's Speedies, and you'll see what they are. They're cube meat and they're delicious. They're marinated, and you grill them up. Of course, we're going to probably put them on the George Foreman, which is it's just as good. They're delicious, and that's always a treat. That's a dish that comes here. That's called Speedies. The original Speedies, you see them at fairs. They'd have cube meat. You put it on a slab of Italian bread. Oh my God, delicious, delicious stuff, and it's well worth it. So there's some good places that have some good Speedy sandwiches. And, what is it? The Speedy Rib Pit up there near the community college there, Broome County Community College, up there on the north side of Binghamton. Or is that in Dickerson? No, I think that's in Dickerson. Yeah. But anyway, we're getting ready for that this weekend and stuff like that. My mouth is just watering thinking of the Speedies. They're one of my favorite. They are great. They are good. Let's see. But the weather's been good. I'm going to probably mow the lawn tomorrow for the first time. The lawn is getting, we walk down the side street there. The property I own in the back there, there's a stretch that goes along the road. It's starting to get a little thick as far as that goes. But the weather here currently this morning in the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside, we're hitting at 38 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 3.3 degrees Celsius. I don't know. I guess it's cold. It looks like it's blue skies out there. The pear tree. I'm looking at the pear tree that's tall here. It's flowering out there. So we got the trees flowering and all that. And as far as that goes, and what's the day going to look like? Let's see. Let's see what the old weather's here for today's. And like it was a little windy yesterday, but it was sunny. It was very sunny as far as that goes. Let's see, sunny to partly cloudy. High of 72 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to be a grand day. It's going to be a great day. Winds out of north by northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. The sun, it has already risen some 12 minutes ago, rose at 6:13 a.m. here in the southern tier of upstate New York, and will be setting at 7:56 p.m. We're getting close to that 8 p.m. Of course, the height of summer it'll be 9 o'clock. We'll have 12 hours of daylight, 12 hours of nighttime. So rose this morning at 6:13 a.m. and it would be setting later this evening at 7:56 p.m. in the southern tier. And I'm seeing sun across the board. I'm only seeing after 3 o'clock. It gets cloudy for a little bit, and then it goes back to sun. I might have to put out the solar panels. We'll see after I get done with the work or the walk. Our world times and temperatures as I speak, 12:26 a.m. in Honolulu, Hawaii. Cloudy skies with a little clearing, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. In Phoenix, Arizona at 3:26 a.m. in Phoenix. Clear skies, 66 degrees Fahrenheit. In the windy city of Chicago at 5:26 a.m. currently there in Chicago. cloudy skies, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Down in New York City at 6:26 a.m. It's 6:26 a.m. here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York. Uh, Sunny and clear, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Down in Jersey, Tina is letting us know that it's 49 degrees down there in central Jersey where she's at. And you're going to get 73. All right. You're right. You're 1 degree higher than we are. 73 degrees for the high and 48 degrees for the low in New Jersey. Going across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean at 11:27 a.m. Cork, Ireland, cloudy skies, 52 degrees Fahrenheit. In Milan, Italia, mangia, mangia, mangia. It's still lunchtime in Italia at 12:27 p.m. Sunny and clear in Milan, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. In the country that I don't think he's there, but from what I've been told, but Double J's country of India, in New Delhi, India, Double J's at 3:57 p.m. It is, oh wow, it's sunny and cloudy at the same time, but it's 102 degrees Fahrenheit in New Delhi. Down on the coast of Mumbai at 3:58 p.m. also, it is 88 degrees. That's a big switch. Is because of the coast and the inland. 88 degrees in Mumbai, where it's cloudy skies with some sun. That's a big difference. 102 and 88. Wow. Let's see. It must be a no-brainer. Oh, it must be hot. No-brainer. Yeah, it's hot in New Delhi, but not in Melbourne. Okay, so that's just, I don't know if I know that's your country of origin and stuff like that. So, and I know you're at an undisclosed location as far as that goes. So, unless you tell me, okay. Um, but we talk. Wingnut informed me as far as of your. I always thought you were still in India. He said no. He's I said, oh, okay, but I won't say that unless you say it in the chat. Uh, because that's your business and stuff, and I respect that as far as that goes. Let's see. Moving on to Kuala Lumpur, which is in that general area of India. Kuala Lumpur at 6:29. Well, it's 3 hours over ahead of them. 6:29 p.m. in Kuala Lumpur, sunny and clear, 88 degrees Fahrenheit, and let's see. Okay, Mumbai gets the sea breeze. Okay, Mumbai gets the sea breeze and keeps the temperatures. Yeah, but there's been times I think in the summertime it's almost hotter in Mumbai. I've noticed because of the humidity probably. But yeah, 102 to wow, that's hot. That's hot weather. It's summertime in New Delhi. In Tokyo, Japan at 7:30 p.m. Cloudy skies, 63 degrees Fahrenheit. Down under on the great continent of Australia, great country of Australia, great friend and ally to the United States. Australia is, and we appreciate it. In Melbourne, Australia, at 8:30 p.m. Clear skies, 64 degrees Fahrenheit, and in Sydney, Australia, at 8:30, cloudy skies. What the heck was that? Oh, okay, cloudy skies in Sydney with a little clearing, 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and double C's. Yeah, closer to the sea, more humidity. Okay, yeah, with the moisture, exactly. And those are our world times and temperatures as I speak. So I always like giving it gives a perspective of what's going on around the world, temperature wise, and as far as that goes. So we do have a thought for today, and our thought for today is someone that I don't think we've ever had here before, and his name is Peter Drucker. Peter Drucker. He is an Austrian American consultant and educator. Peter Drucker was okay, so he has passed. He was 95 years old when he passed back in 2005. Wow, God bless him. Um, Mr. Drucker was an Austrian-American management consultant, educator, and author whose writings contribute to philosophical and practical foundations of modern management theory. So if you're in management, you probably heard about this guy, but he has a great quote. And his quote goes as follows. It's our thought for the day. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Mind-boggling, isn't it? The best way to predict the future is to create it if you're capable of, actually. And he's emphasizing, Mr. Drucker is emphasizing a protective approach to shape one's destiny. Instead of passively waiting for events to unfold, like most people do, it encourages individuals to actively participate in creating the future they desire. And the first person that comes to mind, and he gets a lot of slack, a lot of a lot of people don't like him, and they don't care for him, and he is creating. And I'm not talking about President Trump, though he could be one. Elon Musk, he created his own destiny. Okay, you look at some of the tech greats; they created their own destiny, and some of them are a little shady, like Bill Gates and even Steve Jobs. I'm not a fan of Steve Jobs, but I respect what he did. He created his own destiny. He changed people's lives. That's what Elon Musk is doing with SpaceX. And yeah, though that car company that he only owns 12%, but people keep on scraping his the cars, which I can't believe it. But they're all being prosecuted to the full extent of the law, though, just as a programming note there. But you create your own destiny. And those are just a couple examples. Of course, you got to have that type of money, and if you can acquire that type of money and use it for the good. And Elon is doing it for the good. That's how I feel about it. These people that are, I don't know, the people that criticize them, I think they're little shits. That's just my own opinion. I'll be blunt with you. I don't, it's just, we won't go down that road. I caught myself. But anyway, but create your own destiny. And that's what Mr. Drucker is saying here. And this means taking initiative, embracing innovation, and be willing to take calculated risks. I'm sure Elon made a lot of risks, especially in the Tesla car company, and especially SpaceX, and being willing to take the calculated rates and make a positive impact. And I think that's a good one. And Tina says, Double J says, good one too, as far as that goes. Good one. And Tina says, good one too. Yeah, I thought it was a good one too. It's so simple. It's simplistic. So this guy, Mr. Drucker, he probably taught he instructed some managers to be good managers and stuff. So we thank Peter Drucker. God bless and Godspeed. That was a great quote. First time we've ever had that individual there on the broadcast. Let's see. Let me check X Live here real quick, folks. We got 2 notifications. The Quest Dad, of course, he favors the Good Morning Tioga County. That's the first post I post every morning, and then he also favored he retweeted the quote for the day. So thank you, Quest Dad, one of the official Lotro streamers. He liked it so much that he retweeted it. Thank you, Matthew. The Questing Dad. Check out Questing Dad on Twitch. He's a great guy. I like him. What we're going to do, that's what we're going to look at X Live. Let's see. Anybody on X Live? Nope. Nobody on. Oh, we have 5 people. What do we mean? There's 5 people on X Live. Thank you very much, X Live. Let's check Kick. Do we have anybody on Kick? I've not seen anybody on Kick. Okay. We're fairly new on. We're not new on Kick, but. And Facebook, well, I don't see anybody on Facebook, but here on Rumble, we have 5 people on Rumble, 1 person on Locals, 5 people. Is that right? 5 people on Twitch. Thank you very much, Twitch. As far as those folks on Twitch, thank you for being here. Greatly appreciated. And like I said, Facebook, X, and X Live or Kick. I have to go to the web pages there and stuff. I like this bit that I don't have to manually start Facebook. I had to remind because I was starting to put it in the information to manually start. So wait a minute, I don't have to do that anymore. That saved me some time, so that was good. And I'm glad to see that Kick is going. So we're on 7 platforms, like I said, and I appreciate it. We have a total of 12 plus the 5. We have 17 folks viewing right now, and I do appreciate because you're spending a little bit of your time watching this knucklehead go blab 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 blab. That's the blab owl too. Blab 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 blab. Let's see. We do have 100 years ago, folks. We do have a 100 years ago um, segment from Fox 40. We're going to go ahead and start that, crank that up. Full disclosure, I have um, no association with Fox 40 News. I would just go to the webpage to get information concerning where I live at here in the Southern Tier so I can share that with you, present it and share it with you. So we're going to go ahead and get this. I think it's a weekly thing now. So it's going to be every Wednesday. We'll be doing 100 years ago. They're doing it. It seems like they've been doing it on Mondays here this month. So I don't know if Roger Luther is sort of taking a little bit of a break in a manner of speaking. So let's go ahead and bring this up. 100 years ago. Oh, wait a minute. Back up. Before we go there, we forgot one thing. I knew there was one thing. The National Day. Let's see what the National Day is. I'm sorry. We will get to it, okay? I'm just saying, we're only 29 minutes into the broadcast. Our National Day for today. That's right. That's what we do after the thought for the day. Get back on the program. I got to follow my outline here. National Day. Let's see. We have National Lost Dog Awareness. Yeah, we got to be aware of the lost dogs. National Administrational Professional Day. Yeah, they used to call that something else. We have National Take a Chance Day. Yeah, take a chance. Make your own future. Just do it. We have National Picnic Day. Oh, I like that one because they got hamburgers and hot dogs in the end. A whole tray of watermelon, potato chips, some beans, some that's just a sign summer's just around. We're gonna go with National, and I love this stuff. Oh my God, you're gonna love this one, Tina. This one is good. National Cherry Cheesecake Day. Wow. This is one of the good ones here. I love cheesecake, folks. April 23rd recognizes the food holiday National Cherry Cheesecake Day. Cookbook, yeah, even the missus likes that. We got a yum from the kitchen there. We're going to probably have to get one of those today when we go to the store, if we see it. Cookbooks and bakers over a large variety offer a large variety of recipes for cheesecake, for cherry cheesecake. Some cherry cheesecake recipes call for cherries to be mixed in with the batter, and others place the cherries on top. I like the cherries on top as far as that goes. And let's see, Tina said, good one. And yes, that's her favorite. Yeah, that's one. I loved. I don't like the cherries mixed in. I like them on top. I love cheesecake. Hashtag Cherry Cheesecake Day. The smooth dessert hits the spot when the end of the meal rolls around. Yeah, it does hit the spot. I almost want to say cheesecake is ice cream is just a notch above cheesecake, folks. Okay, that's how much I like cheesecake, and I love ice cream. I had a bowl of it the other night with some chocolate syrup on, vanilla ice cream and chocolate syrup. That's my favorite for ice cream. I love that. But cherry cheesecake, woohoo! Um, so indeed, its creamy, thick pudding-like character comes from the soft cheese used as the main ingredient. Depending on the recipes, either cream cheese, and I think that's what the missus uses. She uses cream cheese, or cottage cheese is used. When the cheese is mixed with sugar, egg, and ingredients, the batter is added to the crust. And so you have a chance, go out and get a cheesecake and dive in. Ooh, that's so good. Um, yeah, you like the cherries. Yeah, yeah, because then you still got that separate cheesecake flavor. Believe me, if it's mixed in, I'll still eat it. I'm not going to turn it away. I'll never turn cheesecake away. Good, but my favorite, just a plain old American New York style cheesecake, is great. It's an all time favorite here in the New York State itself. Okay, let's see. Yesterday, I did do the uh, let's see um, Mixcloud broadcast, a Tauga radio show for April 22nd. That was the second one for this month. We do that every two weeks, and we had fun doing that. And you can check that out over there on my Mixcloud page. I have actually two Mixcloud pages. The main page where I'm posting, because you can only have 10 broadcasts unless you pay as a pro user over there, and but it's Fireman Rich, but I'm over at mixcloud.com/Richard M. Roberts. Okay, that's the active page. And then there's a link off to the side to my original page, which has 212 episodes that I didn't want to put in storage. So I started a new channel. And you can only have 10 broadcasts. So I got the 10 recent broadcasts, and the Tauga show for 22 April 2025. We had I got California Irish. That's a new group I started listening to with Big Question. That's a new song. The Darkness with I Believe in a Thing Called Love. That's a good one. Small Faces with Tin Soldier. That's a classic. Black Star Riders with Bound for Glory. Joe Bonamassa, my all-time favorite singer now. I love Joe Bonamassa. He's a New Yorker, even though he lives out in California. With This Train, that's a great song. Metallica with Hero of the Day. Now, I call these guys Black Cherry. It's named Buck Cherry with Hellbound. And this gal has been around for a while, but she has a new single out. I'm done running, and that's by Samantha Fish. She's a great singer. Oh, I heard this song and I'm like, oh, that's going on that radio show, the internet radio show, where I play a hashtag wannabe radio DJ. So check that out at Tioga Radio Show. I always have fun putting this thing together. It's the Tioga Radio Show. It's a Tuesday thing that I do where we're playing great tracks, and it's good tunes here over there on Mixcloud for the Rock and Roll Tuesday, where I play a want to be radio DJ, playing and listening to some solid rock and roll. It's music and more music that simply pops. I like that. I have fun doing that. It's a great. I've been on there for God. I have 212. I probably, with the shows I've already done on the other channel, because I couldn't only put up 10. I probably got close to 250 shows that I've done over there over the years, and I love being over there. We'll be on there the next was it May 6th, and what's the Tuesday? Yeah, so May 6th, and that's in 2 weeks. May 6th and May 20th are for that's the date for the shows. What are they behaving?
No, they're after Jack.
Oh, they're after Jack again. Okay, now we can go to 100 years ago. I think, yeah, we're in the history segment of the show. On the cheesecake, Tina uses cream cheese. Yeah, I think cream cheese does it best. It's just it tastes good. It's a lot of calories as far as that goes, but I love a good cheesecake. Let's see our history. Let's go to 100 years ago and see what Roger Luther has to say, because we haven't heard from him since last week. Again, this is going to be a Monday thing that they do, so we'll just have to roll with it. And let's turn off the scroll. And what am I doing here? Okay, here we go. 100 years ago. And it's all lined up. And let's go to the present. We'll drop my camera and we'll start it up. Here we go, folks.
Continue our segment on sharing some of Broome County's past. Delivering that news for us now is Broome County historian Roger Luther, brought to you by UHS.
100 years ago today, the Endicott Union American Legion, Post 82, will hold a banquet in honor of George F. Johnson tonight at their clubhouse on Riverview Drive in Endicott. There was some excitement in downtown Binghamton during rush hour Saturday night when a team of horses pulling a wagon down Shenango Street became frightened, ran wild down the street before crashing into an automobile. And there was another runaway incident on Upper Front Street yesterday when a horse pulling a Spalding's Bakery delivery wagon became startled when a low-flying airplane passed overhead. Finally, Binghamton police officers had a busy time this morning smashing 10 barrels of confiscated beer with sledgehammers and spilling the contents onto the ground. That was the news, April 21st, 1925.
Oh, that always gets me. They crashed, they smashed. I wonder how much of that made it to the police officer's own house. The police officer were busy smashing barrels of confiscated beer with sledgehammers. Well, it was Prohibition 100 years ago, so that's what they were doing. And then the first one there, the Endicott Union American Legion there, they were honoring George F. Johnson. George F. Johnson, the history of that man, he's the one that's, he's a great, he was a great man of his community in Endicott. Johnson City is named after him. And he's the founder, CEO, president, and owner of Johnson or Endicott Johnson Shoes. That when they used to make shoes, he was like the number one shoemaker in the world. This is because China didn't have any of that back then. So there we have it as far as that goes. So 100 years ago, and then the traffic, I guess, the low flying airplane, and it startled the horses there and stuff. So it's like very eventful. We always get a kick. I always get a kick out of that news there and stuff like that. So and Tina's laughing at that too. As soon as I heard smashing of the barrels, I know what it was. Yeah, either you got that along with those that gang of ruffians and stuff like that. Little boys, the young lads were out causing some mischief, sticking their hand in the cookie jar in a manner of speaking. So yeah, Tina says yes. So that's 100 years ago, and again, it looks like it's every Monday now. So if it's Monday, we'll be doing it every Wednesday. As far as at least we'll get one. I like the segment is a great segment. I guess they could just stretch it out because it is. I look forward to it. As far as that goes, it's a good segment. Okay, some other things in history. On this day in 111 years ago. Okay, it's not. That's 11 more years before 100 years ago. But 111 years ago, the first ever baseball game was played in Wrigley Field. Not the very first game itself. That was played in New York. That was a few days ago. But the first official baseball game was played at Wrigley Field in Chicago, then known as Wegmans or Weegham Park. It originally occupants were the Chicago Whales, then known as the Chiefheads. Wrigley Field is known for its ivory-covered brick outfield wall, the unusual wind patterns off Lake Michigan, the iconic red marquee over the main entrance, and nice. It's still there. That along with Fenway, the oldest ball fields there are. Hey, Captain Rehab, good morning. Coming in from the city of brotherly love. Good to see you. Glad to have you here as far as that goes. And let's see, let me put that on all. Let me keep that on all. Let's see other items that were in history. On Shakespeare's 33rd birthday on this day in 1597, an acclaimed honor was bestowed on the young playwright by Queen Elizabeth I, attending the Globe Theater to see the play, the Merry Wives of Windsor. So, what was bestowed? He was knighted? Doesn't say. Huh. Okay, Hank Aaron on this day in 1954 of the Milwaukee Braves, I should say, before they moved to Atlanta, hit the first of his record 750 Major League Baseball home runs, and that's where he ended his. He did play for the Mets for a while. I think did he end with the Mets or did he end with Atlanta? He got the record in Atlanta, I believe. On this day in 1976, the Ramones released a debut album which included the well-known track Blitzkrieg Bop. Yeah, that's a great tune. Igniting the punk rock era in Queens, New York. That's where it all got started. And okay, you got the names right there, Captain Rehab. But Tina, more importantly, Tina's saying good morning to you. There we go. Your aunt Tina is saying good morning, so behave. There we go. I think Captain Rehab is trying to search another thing there, and Captain Rehab replies back to his auntie Tina saying hi also. So there we go. Let's see, what else do we have on the AP side? It was on this day in 1971, hundreds of Vietnam veterans opposed to the conflict protests by tossing their medals and ribbons over the wire fence constructed in front of the U.S. Capitol. Oh, they had a fence in front of the U.S. Capitol. Whoa! And I think there was a Democratic-controlled Congress. They should have done that on January 6th. Anyway, the veterans. I think one of the notable Vietnam vets there was John Kerry, and as much as I don't really like it, but it's their right, and especially in 1971, the war was on the downhill swing anyway, so we're on our way out of there, and history shows that, as far as I'm concerned, we should have never been in Vietnam. So I saw. I don't do TikTok. I have TikTok, but I don't do TikTok. I haven't heard the latest on TikTok, so I don't know. Is it going to still be here? Did they get an extension? TikTok is not a thing in the news anymore. I mean, it's just like, okay, so why did everybody make a big deal? Just like why, it was a big deal then, but now it's just like, okay, the Vietnam vets, they protest. But I tell you, when I see a Vietnam vet, when I'm in the stores or something like that, they have the hat, I always thank them, because they got a raw deal coming back from this country. We're finally appreciating what they did, even though what was done, we didn't really have to do, I guess. So that's just my opinion. Let's see. In 1634, the Boston Latin School, the first public school in what would become the United States, was established. So that was before the United States. The first public school was here. 1898, Spain declared war on the United States, which responded in kind 2 days later, the Spanish-American War. And he did extend it for another 75. Oh, see, I didn't see any. As much as they were making a big deal about TikTok, Tina laughing. I'll get back to this. Okay, thank you for that update, Tina. I'm not aware. I wasn't aware unless I look for it, because it's not even TikTok is not even a headline. So I guess they'll extend it until they meet the requirement, because they're, I guess, they got to sell it to an American entity, though, as far as that goes. So See what happens. I have to do a follow-up on that. Let's see. And it was 1988, a federal ban on smoking during domestic airline flights of 2 hours or less account for 80% of all U.S. flights went into effect. So you couldn't smoke on flights anymore. I get news from you. Don't get news from me. You're just here to harass my ass. That's all you're here for, and I do appreciate it. Captain Rehab. I stay on top of it and stuff. No, I'm just surprised it's not I guess I don't dig it because there's other news going on and stuff like that, I guess, and Captain Rehab, you like that one. We appreciate you being here, Captain Rehab. I do, as much slack that you do take and stuff like that. Yeah, I appreciate you being here. Let's see. What else do we got? Anything else? In 2005, the most recent created video sharing website, this is back on this day in 2005, YouTube loaded up its first clip, Me at the Zoo, which showed YouTube co-founder John Karim stand in front of an elephant enclosure at the San Diego Zoo. 2005. That's 20 years ago. YouTube started. Wow. It was in 2007. Boris Yeltsin was Russia's first popularly elected president. He passed away in Moscow at 76. Oh, that was in 2007. But he was previously an elected. Do they still have elections in Russia? I don't think so because Putin's in charge. Let's see, and that's it for history. Let's see. Sports. Let's go over sports real quick here before I go on a break here. I got to refresh my coffee here. Over in the NBA, they just started game 2. You have Timberwolves. They beat the Lakers, so they're 1-1. I thought, did the Lakers win their first game? Thought the Lakers lost. Yeah, Timberwolves won. Oh, the Lakers won their second game, 94-85. Look at the score, Rich. The Celtics play tonight. The Magic, they're 1-0. Yeah, the Lakers lost. No, the Lakers lost the first game, right, Captain Rehab? I didn't look. I was looking at the scores. Celtics are 1-0 over the Magic. The Knicks. When did the Knicks play? The Knicks play. They're tied at 1-1. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Knicks lost to the Pistons, so they're 1-1. Who else do we got? Magic play. They finish off and Cleveland plays today at 7:30 against the Heat. They're 1-0. Warriors beat the Rockets. They're 1-0 also. Knicks play tonight. Yeah, Knicks play tonight. Exactly, Captain Rehab, and hopefully they make it 2-0 along with the Celtics. I hope the Heat can beat do you think the Miami Heat has a chance of beating Cleveland? Cleveland's playing tough ball. I'm surprised the Rockets beat the Warriors. So they're finishing up the game 2 tonight, and then game 3 starts tomorrow night when the Knicks play the Pistons, and my Celtics play the Friday. So there we have it on basketball. Major League Baseball, the boys of summer, they are playing as of okay, what happened here? Okay, there we go. Monday night for baseball. Let's see. The Yankees lost to the Guardians. Cleveland beat the Yankees 6-4. And the Mets won against the Phillies. They won against their Philadelphia Phillies there 5-4 Monday night, Captain Rehab. Yankees lost again last night. What the hell, Yankees? Come on. What's going on there? And the Mets beat the Phillies again last night, 5-1. Oh, let's see. And let's see. Today the Yankees continue. Hopefully they win against the Guardians tonight. And the Mets and Phillies today at 1:10. They're both 1:10. They're both afternoon games, so I may have them on the TV. And okay, Tina, we'll see you later. Ciao for now. Take care. She's going over to see Hal. Is Hal on? I don't see him up yet. Unless he's over on the Facebook. He's not on the. Let me refresh this. Did this? Oh, there he is. Okay, we have Hal, and we have Jim Figerty. Liam is up. And one of the things there concerning the football, and I'm talking European football because UFL football is the fifth week is going to be this week. We will have Let's Talk Football tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. I'll be on for 30 minutes, 45 minutes. If you're not there, Captain Rehab, make sure you're on the Friday one so you can. You don't want you're in the lead right now, my friend. You don't want to screw that up. But at any rate, we're going to have the fifth week of UFL football starts this upcoming. The season will be halfway over, and it's interesting. It's interesting. But I have a broadcast tomorrow night. We'll be talking about football. Let's talk football. That's give that a plug. Let's talk football, and that is the UFL football tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, 7:10, as far as that goes. So, but let's see. We have European football, and that would be soccer. Oh, we had a campaign. We have a total of 14 people. Come on, folks. We got another try at a re-campaign here. It's all up to you, not me. But I watched soccer. That's European football is soccer. And there's a team I watch, and that is the I'm following in that particular sport, and that is the Manchester City Football Club. And over there on X, let me bring up my profile. We have I post when I'm watching. I post the Manchester City their posts. They're over at Man City for Manchester City Football Club, and let me bring this up here. Let's see, bring that. Bring up my Twitter feed. Here's my Twitter feed. As far as that goes, right there, there it is. There's the young buck there. They had kickoff yesterday afternoon, and there's the Tiger Radio Show right there. That's over on @Fireman Rich. But that's one of the young players for Manchester City on kickoff, and 9 minutes in, they got a goal. They got a goal. Brendo, he got a goal 9 minutes in, so it was 1-0, and it was great work from Mamouche, who who set it up to Brando. So it was 1-0 for Man City. But then the team that they the team they played, Aston Villa, they ended up getting a goal. And it was sort of there was a penalty kick because there was a foul near the goal line. And Manchester City's third now. Okay. But so they did the kick, and it was sort of a cheap goal because he was holding back, but the umpire said that he interfered with him, so it became 1-1. And there's some action going on right there as far as the soccer playing. There's Mamouche right there. He's a good soccer player right there. So I'm really getting into the soccer. There's a young buck there, and as far as that goes, and then it was halftime, 1-1. And second half started, and it was they had some subs. It was still 1-1, and then there was a goal, 2-1. This is in the 5 minute. And this guy, this was his first. That was his first goal. I can't think of this guy's name. I know Mamouche, and but they ended up winning 2-1. So, which places them third overall in the Premier League, which is good. That's where they want to be. They should be number one, but Liverpool and Arsenal, there's 4 games left, and you get 3 points for if Arsenal loses, they could possibly catch Arsenal, but not Liverpool. Liverpool clinched it. They got 79 total points, and Manchester only has 61. So with 4 games left on each of those teams, Liverpool basically has got it wrapped up. But Manchester to play in the Championship League, and that's what they do next year. As far as they win this, they go into a Championship League to go for the championship. That's how they work it, I guess. It's a long season, so it was a good game yesterday. It was on USA Today, and Manchester will be playing again. Manchester City. They'll be playing the Wolves. What's that? Friday at 3 p.m. No, that's May 2nd. They'll play Nottingham Forest Sunday at 11:30. And let's see, is that on USA? Oh, that's on ESPN Plus. I don't get ESPN Plus. So I'm getting into the soccer as far as that goes. And Rich, the NFL draft. Oh, I don't follow the draft. You're going to have to fill me in. You could do that. That's your assignment. When you come back here at the morning broadcast, you can tell us what the hot hands are for the broadcast. As far as the soccer, they do play the Premier League. I found out yesterday. That was another thing I did yesterday was I have Peacock now, the channel. It seems like my cable service provides it for free. I still say Peacock sucks. Captain Rehab's going to come off with a comment now because of that statement there. I can just see it. I just see it now, Captain Rehab. You're laughing your ass off right now. But the NBC, I guess NBC owns Peacock. There, they have a premier service that if you want to, because last NFL season they played. You could Peacock is what I do. Okay, I shouldn't have posted that one. But this last NFL season, there's two Buffalo Bill games that were on Peak. I couldn't watch them because I wasn't going to pay for it, the premium. I don't watch it, so why should I pay for it? But I'm a New Yorker, and I had to listen to it. Was fun to listen to on the radio. But my cable service now just picked them up, so I loaded up the app on the Roku back here, as well as out there on the Google TV in the living room. And so I'm able to watch all the premier games if I wanted to. But the only team I'm interested in is Manchester City. And that's because my PUBG Battleground playing mate there, when we do the battling, he's talking about soccer, and I was asking him. And so I watched a few games that I like what I see. So I'm following Manchester City in soccer. And it's pretty interesting stuff. Very interesting. It's a little bit more interesting than the UFL right now, and as far as that goes. Oh, good morning, quiet, healthy Mrs. Oh, I think she just stepped out back there to put. I'll let her know, Captain Rehab. Yeah, she's floating around here somewhere. Are you out there? Yeah, I just heard the back door. She's probably hanging up clothes. As far as that goes, so I'll let her know. I'll let her know on the break, because that's where we're going to go. That's where we're going to take it to. We're going to go on a break here, folks, and as far as that goes, and I got to refresh my coffee. And we've been on for an hour already, so I got to refresh the coffee here. We're all out of coffee. Get our second cup, and we'll come back and look at some other headlines here in the southern tier of upstate New York, see what's going on. And so just sit back, and I will be back in a couple minutes as far as that goes. So here we go, bubblegum ball game. And we're back. We're back here for the Wednesday morning coffee for 04.23.2025 at Rumble Video broadcast. Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich for the second half of the Wednesday morning coffee. And you can follow me over there on X at Fireman Rich, where it's my mainstay and where we currently have, let's see, we have 5 people over there, 5 people on X. We are broadcasting over on Kick. I don't see anybody over on Kick, but we are over on Kick at Fireman Rich on Kick, and on Facebook, The Real Fireman Rich, published by Rumble Studio. I like that. I don't see any activity over there. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. It's got the. Let's turn that off. The closed caption. I don't like the closed caption. Don't really care for closed caption. I don't need it, but I see it on the Facebook. That's nice. Okay. And on the other entities here, we have one person on Locals, one person on YouTube, 4 people on Twitch. Thank you very much, Twitch folks. And we have 5 people on Rumble Studios, or on Rumble. And so on Rumble Studios, we're broadcasting now on 7 platforms. 7 platforms. It doesn't cost a thing. You'd be paying big bucks. No, you don't pay big bucks, but you can do that on. You can broadcast, multicast. I think for free. 3 platforms on Restream, which is a good program. But I like Rumble Studios better because it just works for me. I enjoy. But we do have the second cup of coffee here. Oh my God, that's good. Thank you. Rich just said the second half, which means another. Well, I don't know. No, don't take that literally, Captain Rehab. Oh, by the way, Captain Rehab, the quiet, healthy Mrs. says good morning. Also, she was. Oh, there she just came from outside. She was hanging out some morning wash there. As far as that goes, we're actually hanging the wash up, so we're not using the dryer in the back room there. As far as that goes, and I think today I don't have to do the wash. Yeah, I do the wash every other day now. It seems, as far as that, unless Captain Rehab's he laughed at that one. Yeah, the cough. Okay. So we're on the second half here, and on this Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025, we got blue skies out there. Wow. The pear tree's looking nice. It's got white blossoms on it. I don't know what that tree is. They've got a big-ass tree next door here. It's got to be at least, I would say, 75 to 100 years old. Because this house next door to us is older than this house and stuff. Oh my God, Rich, with your landline phone and air drying, you're like the Smithsonian Museum in Western New York.
It's the original solar and wind power.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that, Captain? The original solar and wind power. I like that one. That's a cool. Yeah, the electric bills and stuff like that. It's a nice day. It's good to hang out to wash and stuff. So there's people that do it here in the village. We're not the only one. Yeah, it's just up. What's that?
And my sister does
Oh, all her sisters do too. So just like. Captain Rehab, Western. I like that staying with Smithsonian of Western New York. I've been to Smithsonian. It's a great place. Have you been? You must have been there, Captain Rehab. Have you been there? The one time I went to Washington, this is when I was still single, and it was like 1980, the spring, or was it the summer? The summer of 1980. Yeah, I was coming back from Aviano, Italy, and I spent a couple days now. I'm waiting for the invention fart power. What the hell? I got to read these comments before I post them up here. And which would be perfect for the chair. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, in grade school, really? Oh, wow. I would. Yeah, I think I didn't go there until I was just finishing up my second year in the United States Air Force, and I come back and I spent a week down there. As far as my best friend's wife's family. I stayed at their house in Baltimore, and their oldest son. He gave me the. He was my tour guide. He was a great tour guide. He he is of the Catholic Church now. He is a bishop in the Catholic Church. Michael, Father Michael, a great guy. I haven't seen him since but he showed me. Oh, we went all over. We went to the Smithsonian. And the thing is, he asked me what I want to see, and I said, well, I want to see Lincoln Memorial. I don't know. We'll be able to get the Washington Monument. You can see that from a thing. White House. I don't want to. I want to see as much as I can. So we saw the Washington Monument. I saw the Jefferson Memorial Monument or whatever, and then and I said I want to go to the Smithsonian. And he says, okay, which one? And I'm looking at it like, what do you mean which one? The Smithsonian Museum. I want to go see. Yeah, but he says they have different ones. You have the original Smithsonian building. Then you have the, there's different, there's like a dozen buildings there. As you can attest to that, Captain Rehab. I was like, what? Really? I thought it was all one building. It's several freaking huge buildings. It could take you 2 weeks to go through everything. I said, well, I want to go see where, the Wright brothers gliders is. Oh, the Air and Space Museum. Okay, so he says we'll go to the original museum, which I thought was a beautiful structure. It's all brick and stuff like that. And then we went to the Air and Space Museum, and I thought that was the greatest thrill is to see the Wright brothers glider airplane. I'm looking at that. I must have stood there in that. I think it's right in the entrance there. It's hanging right up there. And I stood there for like 10 minutes looking at that. It just blew me away. And one of the other Washington Monument stops, or Washington, D.C. stops, was the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. We saw a changing of the guard. Oh my God, I was just bawling. I was just crying. It was very moving. I'm thinking about it right now, and it just and then we paused at the what was it before we left Arlington, because Arlington, the Arlington Cemetery isn't in Washington. It's outside. It's in Arlington, Virginia. But we went there, and before we left, we paused at JFK's internal flame, as far as that goes. So it was pretty moving and stuff like that. So it's the Smithsonian. I like that. Smithsonian, a great channel on TV. What's that?
Great.
Have you been to Washington?
No.
Oh, okay. I said, I don't remember her telling me she went to Washington.
No, I've never been to Washington.
Oh, okay. Let's see what else is on Fox 40 here as far as getting into the news, and sitting here jabbering away as far as that goes. Okay, let me turn this off first. The strolling thing, and we'll see what we have on the news here. We got 14 people. We need one more person on Rumble, folks, or at Twitch. We need 15. Oh, we went down to 12. I saw that it says campaign over in the upper right, and there's a green light that lights up, and it just went out. We'll keep tabs on that. I got to be more alert. But thank you, Rumble. We got 7 people on Rumble. We appreciate you, folks. Rumble rocks. I like saying that too. Okay, let's see. On the Facebook, on the Fox 40. Let's see. What do we got on Fox 40 here? Teacher of the Week. We could do that one. Bridge to close for repair work. To close for repair work. That's not interesting. New York bottle bill could save municipalities millions. Local fire department hosts recruiting open house. What's this about? When did this come out? Yeah, we know. Just hold your horses. Let's see. It's a fire department story. So this came out yesterday. So we'll do this one right here on the fire department. I'm always one for, I like the fire stories, the firefighter stories. So let's go ahead and do this one. Put that on the live chat. Okay, here we go. Local fire departments hosting recruiting that people volunteering for the fire department is down, and I've thought about rejoining, but I'm older now, and I made the decision that I wasn't gonna. Um, though there's some people that I used to work with the local fire department. You could come back in and be a fire police. I said, no, you go out on the highway. It's more dangerous than going into a burning building, for God's sake. So let's see what this story has to say here.
Volunteer fire departments across the state are in need of new volunteers. Several departments in the southern tier are hosting open houses for those interested. There are new incentives for becoming a volunteer firefighter, like a stipend of up to $3,000 for basic fire courses, a $200 income tax credit, or a 10% property tax reduction. We do have a full list of all of the open houses on our website. Volunteer fire.
Okay, so they're actively seeking recruits in the fire departments. It's an old fire station there in West Endicott. They're a paid department. That's an old structure there too, and it's good that they have the incentives. There's a tax thing. They pay for the training. Of course, the training, that's the thing. There's so much time involved to get trained now. Where initially, when I started as a junior firefighter when I was 16, downstate, when I was going to high school, we took a week-long course. You met every night. You met twice a week for like 3 weeks or something like that to take basic firefighting course and stuff like that. Now it's a full-fledged course. I mean, you get college credits for it and stuff like that. And Captain Rehab says, you're not old, you're seasoned. Yeah, there we go. I'm seasoned. Right. That's a good one. I feel like I could still do it, but it just I've done that for more than 50 years for the most part. 20 years in the Air Force. Well, 45. Almost. I was about 20 years. I was 15 in the volunteer, 20 in the service. So that's 45.
Yeah.
I did another 5 years. I had 5 years of volunteer service as far as when I was a junior firefighter. So pretty close, like 40, 49, 50 years of firefighting. And it just, I've had my close calls as far as that goes. And I want to enjoy life and stuff like that. And Captain Rehab said, yeah, that's exactly. Yeah. Yeah, time to relax and spend time in the chair. As long as it doesn't have wheels on it there, Captain Rehab, okay? I don't want to be a chair user. Oh, I am a chair user, but
yeah, so your chair does have wheels.
Oh, it does have wheels. It has coasters. Oh, my God. I got to be careful what I say here. Yeah. I put my foot in my mouth. So, but local fire departments here in New York State are they're in need of volunteers, and hopefully they can remedy, because they provide a valuable service to the community, all the communities across the state. Let's see, WBNG or EBO, State Police investigate after human remains found in Ulster. Oh, that's not good. And the harness racing season kicks off this next weekend, which would be May, yeah, because it's always the first weekend of May at Tioga Downs, which is a race casino here in Tioga County. And as far as that goes, so that's on WEBO. Let me see this one. Do we? Yeah, the Tioga Downs Race Casino is a premier gaming center in the Southern Tier. The property features more than 890 slot machines, 28 tables. I've never been there gambling. I've been there for concerts. I actually watched, me and the missus went and saw Kansas. The very first concert they had there was Pat Benatar. And I should have gone. Tickets are like next to nothing. But I saw Kansas there. That was the last concert I saw there. They put on a good show. let's see, over on WNBF. Let's see, we got, did you hear the Binghamton, New York area recap? What's on the recap? Let's see. Oh, that's a Bob Joseph, Don Morgan thing. Okay. They're talking about Vestal's Endicott Bridge closure. That's that bridge that used to be right there. It's right by the Big Lots going in.
Oh, really?
Is that the?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Probably.
the Vestal Endicott Bridge. Okay, that's. What's the ice cream place is right across in Endicott off to the left that used to be there. I don't think it's there. Huh?
I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah. That's sort of long and wordy. Okay, so there's really nothing on WNBF but that's News Radio 1290 AM. Sometimes I listen to them in their talk radio in the afternoon. They're a good channel in Binghamton, 1290 AM and 92.1 FM. And you can listen to them online if you go to their webpage. So full disclosure, along with WEBO and WNBF, I have no affiliation with them as far as that goes. And, no other than reading from the webpage and stuff. You saw Kansas and New York. My mind. Yeah, you know what? I saw Kansas before that, Captain Rehab. I saw the musical group Kansas in Boston back in the early '80s when I was up there. I was stationed at Hanscom Field. I saw them up in the old Boston Garden. As far as that goes. Story yesterday about Bronx, Queens, the BQE. Oh, okay. And a portion that needs to be reconstructed while it remains open for. You know how bad that's going to be? They're going to try and work on it and keep traffic going. That place, the Bronx. I've taken the Bronx Queen Expressway to go over to the Long Island Expressway. Oh my God, that's. Oh, saw an interesting story yesterday. Portion of it needs. I bet you the whole place needs. That's an old freaking. Be reconstructed while it remains open. You know how that's gonna tie up. That's like bumper to bumper traffic on that through that area. Oh my God. Are you involved in the project there? Is that one of the projects you guys are working on? Where you work at? I know you do projects and stuff like that. You said so. That's a construction nightmare. I haven't been down there in years, but I remember when I was still stationed up at Hanscom Field. I remember going out to Long Island a couple times, driving down there. One of the times was going out to run the Long Island Marathon. But my grandmother, she moved before she passed away. She moved from Brooklyn out to Long Island in Isvic. That's where they have the demolition. That's where they first started demolition derbies. Let's see. It's a portion of it that's built onto the side of the cliff, and it wasn't designed for the amount of traffic. Oh God, yeah. There's portions that you can feel it. You can feel the road. It just it gets today, and the portion that's off the cliff is falling apart. Yeah, so it's sort of like the Tarrytown Bridge. It's up there where you grew up. They had wooden pallets that were they were all rotten. I remember the last time before they built the new bridge, I went across there. It was one of the times I visited my early days when my kid brother was still alive. I crossed there and come down into New York City, into Queens, to go to the Veterans Memorial Hospital there to visit my brother. He would have periodic times he had to go there, and he stayed there for one thing or the other. And I remember the last time I was there, I came back up across, and they have these big plate. I mean, they were like 3 feet by 3 feet, these big solid steel plates that were on the road. And I looked over to the side while I'm driving, and you could see the tractor trailers going over them. They pop up. There'd be a freaking hole. There was nothing holding them down but the weight. But they would just jump up and go down. I said, man, there's holes in this. Let's see. I will always call it that the new one ain't. Yeah, it's not. I don't. I can. It's always been the Tarrytown Bridge for me. It's a Tarrytown Bridge. It's the Mario Cuomo Bridge. That's just stupid. And I've gone. When again, the last time I went down to New York City there a few times before my brother. He passed away down there at the Veterans Hospital. I remember going across that bridge, and traffic smoothing coming into the bridge, coming from upstate New York. And then as soon as you get on the bridge, it just, as big as that bridge is, you figure traffic would just cream. It just bottlenecked going across. And once you got on the other side, traffic just picked up again and stuff. And it's a beautiful bridge. But I have fond memories of the old Tarrytown Bridge because I used to go down we used to drive 17 all the time when I was a kid back in the 60s and early 70s when I would visit my grandparents down in Brooklyn on Avenue N in Brooklyn. I think of them fond memories, but I remember the summers I spent down there. I said, oh man, I can't wait till I get home back in upstate New York. The new bridge is great. Yeah, but sometimes the traffic just bottles. I was surprised. It's just like it is. It's a big bridge. It's wider. I mean, it's like 4 or 5 lanes on either side. I think that's where it bottlenecks because then it goes down to 2 lanes on either side. Yeah, I did say the 60s. I've said that before. I grew up in the 60s. I went to kindergarten in the early 60s there, Captain Rehab. So I'm age dating myself. At least I remember. I remember the 60s and 70s. Yeah, they were 60. I don't know. I was just a young. I had no idea. I just knew back in the 60s, Vietnam War was going on. I was stupid because I didn't know what the actual war was about. But I was a young kid that I want to go to war for my country. Go to Vietnam for my country and stuff. It's like because I would watch. My father was. He'd always have Walter Cronkite on during the 60s, and you get the reports of the war and stuff. And let's see. Oh, we got 14. Do we have that campaign? It's lit green. Can we do it? No, it went away. I missed it again. The green light is so small that when I look over into the corner, I notice it. Oh, the Tappan Zee Bridge. That's right. I call it the Tarrytown. The Tappan Zee Bridge. I stand corrected. Thank you. The Tappan Zee Bridge. It's not the Tarrytown Bridge. Tarrytown is on the one side. I always call it that. The new. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm backing up on the comments. I saw the Tappan Zee Bridge. Yeah, it's known as the Tappan Zee Bridge. I've always called it Tappan Zee Bridge. All New Yorkers know that bridge. Okay. And it is wider. And get back to, okay, I'm all caught up. I missed that one in Tappan Zee. I'm thinking Tarrytown Bridge. That doesn't sound, but it's Tarrytown. Tarrytown's on one side, on the western side of the Hudson there, as far as that goes. And a nice community, nice little community. That's where Captain Rehab's, he's a New Yorker that lives down in Philly. Oh, yeah. I just remember, and I didn't realize until it was later, there was a program about bridges, and they talked about the Tappan Zee Bridge, that the actual supports are all wooden pylons. And I'm like, holy shit, that's not going to hold up. That's a pretty cool bridge, though. I liked it. It was oh, what are they? They're teasing you with the campaigns more than the woman I met in the bar in Las Vegas. At least you've been to Vegas. That's one place I never went to. I never went to Las Vegas. I don't think I really have a hankering to go. Yeah, there's that word hankering. That's an old term. But I hear it's pretty fun. It's a fun place. Let's see. What else we got? Let's see. WBNG. Let's see what's on W. Oh, watch crowds enjoy Animal Adventure Park. Oh, they opened the Adventure Park. Okay, we have the Ross Park Zoo, but there's another place where you can see animals up here in the southern tier of upstate New York, and that's the Animal Adventure Park, which is out there in Harpersville. That's on the other side of Binghamton. My dad lives in Las Vegas. He's retired. Okay. So that's cool. That it's probably so he's actually a resident of Las Vegas. Okay. Let's see. Let's go with this one. Crowds enjoy animal. This is an adventure park that opens up here. It's in Harpersville, New York, which is on the other side of Binghamton. It's still Broome County where it's at, and I've never been here. I've never been to this one. I remember in Adventure Park. What was it? It was the one down the Catskill Game Farm. Did you ever go to the Catskill Game Farm? Okay, the missus did. Did you, Captain Rehab? Let's see. There's a Walmart. Black Friday. There we go. Well, Black Friday. The Ross Park Zoo is open, but I don't know about Animal Adventure. That's what we're going to be watching here, as far as that goes. And let me get to this right here. Bring this up. Okay, let's go ahead and bring this one up, and we'll see what this one has to say. Turn off my camera, and here we go.
Day for animal lovers across Southern Tier, as Animal Adventure Park is now officially open for the season. I headed to the park and caught up with some folks enjoying opening day. Not a cloud in the sky for opening day at Animal Adventure would just so happen to fall on Earth Day.
It has been a remarkable day, and we're thankful for the weather that definitely had a play in that.
Gates opened up bright and early 10 a.m. on Tuesday, with attendees coming from all across the state and beyond.
I've been going here since the first day it opened. I wanted to take him because he's from Canada, so this is his first time being here.
For opening day, the park had about 800 visitors, and everyone's favorite thing to do is interact with the animals up close and personal, like I get to do with Ollie right here. Here you go.
We were like scratching the capybara, and then he like went on his back so we could rub his belly, and he was really cute. And then we got to see him swim.
What's been your favorite animal that you've seen today?
Probably emus.
Why emus?
Because they were doing a funny dance. And baby goats with horns.
Baby goat with horns? Oh my gosh, were they cute?
Yes!
We are marrying a beautiful combination of interaction, education, and entertainment to truly drive home the appreciation for the animals.
For most, coming to the park is a staple activity. For others, it's a chance to make new memories.
We have guests that come back year after year, and it is tradition. And then every year still, we have guests that come for the first time.
The park is open every day, 10 a.m. to 5. And it was an exciting.
So a good story there for the adventure park where you can a giraffe. I think this particular giraffe, she had a baby, and they had a couple giraffes. They had a baby here a few years back and stuff like that. But to be able to feed a giraffe, that is something, man. That's just unreal there. And a lot of other animals. It looks like the flamingos. I know the missus would like the flamingos, pink flamingos. She likes pink as far as that goes. Captain Rehab says, I don't think so. Oh, okay. You haven't been to Catskill Game Farm. That was I remember seeing my first rhinoceros. They had these big, huge rhinoceros, a big horn on it, and they had a pit around it because they didn't want it coming after the people and stuff like that. So, and what's your other comment? Okay, I'm not going to say, you like Captain Rehab, or Captain Rehab likes Tony D. Okay, that's a good comment there on Twitch. I can't put that up there. Oh, he's on his antics and stuff. So that's one of the spots here in the Southern Tier that you can go to this summer as far as to visit and stuff. And I love the Ross Park Zoo, but I would love to go to this place. And let's see, what else do we have for news? Let's see, we got that one. Oh, here we go. This is
We begin in Tioga County.
This is an article concerning the Waterman Conservation Center honors 55th Earth Day. And I remember the first Earth Day, and we planted a tree outside my, I think it was my fifth grade? My fifth grade classroom. And who did I have for teacher? I had Miss Perry. Ms. Perry was my fifth grade teacher. Oh man, all the young kids, we loved her. Let's see. Waterman Conservation is in Appalachian, New York. That's where I grew up. The Waterman Conservation, Mr. Waterman, he was a farmer, and after he passed away, he donated his property to form the Waterman Conservation Center. But the portion of the wooded area of the Waterman Conservation, that's where we used to camp sleep over out night, and we used to play up on the hill all the time. He used to chase us out of this cornfield. There's a cornfield at the top of the hill, big ass cornfield, and where I grew up in Appalachian, he lived right across this. We were neighbors basically where he had his farm, and fond memories of the Waterman Conservation. When the Waterman Conservation Center, they've done some fantastic things, and this is another place that I'm very, very appreciative of. So let's go ahead and see what this one has to say.
Where a Waterman Conservation Center is celebrating the world's 55th Earth Day today. 12 News' Kyle Spisak joins us from the IBN Glen with more on the importance of preserving nature across our planet.
Thank you, Nicole. And you couldn't get a better day outside for the 55th annual Earth Day here today. April 22nd was the first day in 1970 that the holiday was celebrated, really getting out the idea of preserving nature and going against the effects of the Industrial Revolution. But that also goes into preserving local places like the IBM Glen and Appalachian Marshes right here in the Southern Tier.
It's just a great time for everybody to get outside and enjoy the trails.
With nice temperatures and the sun shining, Earth Day 2025 presented the perfect chance for people to get outside and reconnect with nature.
We need to be outside as a species, and during times of climate stress, of social pressures and things that people are worried about. This is the cure for it.
But Earth Day isn't just about enjoying the outdoors. It's meant to raise awareness about the damage being done to the environment from industrialization and let people know how important ecosystems in their backyard are to Mother Nature as a whole.
From invasive species and from development, that places like the Waterman Center are places where things can remain undisturbed. Being these little oases of wetlands, they are really important stopovers for waterfowl and other birds during spring and fall migration.
Although the annual celebration of our planet does raise awareness about preserving nature, there are small steps all of us can take each day to help keep our communities healthy and clean.
No matter where you are, whether you're at a Waterman property or just walking through your neighborhood, keep a little bag with you and pick up whatever litter you can find.
And like director of the Waterman Conservation Center, Chris Audette, said, you can take small steps, such as even just cleaning up garbage around your neighborhood to create a safer and cleaner environment for everyone to live in. Although the day was originally focused around preservation, Audette also says this is the perfect chance to get outside, enjoy these beautiful temperatures, and enjoy nature and really reconnect yourself with the outdoors. Live at the IBM.
Okay, one of the things they didn't say, I thought there's going to be a little bit more in depth talking about the Waterman's Conservation Center, but they wanted to talk about climate change, and I'm all for one picking up trash and stuff like that because I do myself. But the climate change, climate. I'm not fully vested in what they say about the climate is climate as far as I'm concerned. That's just my opinion. So, but the Waterman Conservation Center, they do good work, and I disagree with them a little bit on that as far as having an impact on the environment, because Waterman Conservation it looks the same as it was back in the 60s. So I haven't seen any devastating effects to climate to that particular. But the one thing they didn't mention is that you have the Waterman Conservation, and then there's some Hiawatha Island is part of the Waterman's Conservation. That's an island here in Tioga County, and there's probably a couple, but there was an eagle. There's a registered American bald eagle's nest, and you love it when I give my opinions. It's my opinion, okay? You can agree or disagree, but like I said, the Waterman Conservation, it's pristine. I grew up there when this gentleman was talking about impacts of the environment, not in Tioga County, not up there in Waterman. Where's the evidence? It looked beautiful, didn't it? They didn't emphasize the fact that there's an eagle's nest, a registered eagle's nest at Hiawatha Island, which is that's the wetlands. It's along the Susquehanna Valley or Susquehanna River. And then you got the Waterman Conservation that goes up on the hill and in Appalachian. But there's eagles. Eagles have returned or are here in New York in full because of that one nest. There are probably 100 eagles that fly around this area now. So I don't see any weather climate affecting that endangered species. Okay. We as humans have to be good stewards of the earth. And we do that by have such places such as the Waterman's Conservation Center to remind us. We're always going to have industry. We're a lot cleaner than we were 10 years ago. Can we be cleaner? Yes, we have to work towards that. It's called technology. It's called modernization as far as it goes. The American eagle. Yeah, the American eagle is the national bird, Double J's. So, but I know for a fact because I see the eagles fly over my house, and I know firsthand at that there's the American eagle. Yes, the American eagle is the national bird. He almost almost was a turkey if Benjamin Franklin had it, but they wanted the American eagle because it looks pretty cool, and those birds are beautiful birds. So that's where I have a disagreement with this gentleman saying, climate is it does affect some species, but if we're good stewards of the earth, we have those. And in some cases, such as the bald eagle, I bring that up. They've come back on the brink of extinction. I thought I'd never see an eagle here in New York State, and here it is. And my elderly years, I'm seeing eagles all over the place, and they're beautiful birds. But the Waterman Conservation Place, a great place as far as that goes. So I say thank you to the gentleman that is there. But I'm just not too hip on the. He spent the whole time talking about climate change. It's like, talk about the Waterman Conservation Center. I'm surprised they didn't show the eagle's nest. It's a registered eagle's nest that's been there for years, and there's the eagle population. It's habitable because of the Susquehanna River there with the area where they can fish these large ass carp and stuff. I've seen them. Some of these eagles, a full-fledged eagle stands a good 3 feet tall, and their wingspan is longer than my arms, and that's like 7-8 feet. Okay. So I wish the Indians cared about the nature. No civic. Yeah, I know, and we have that still here in the United States. Double J's, you find that all over, and but I think that hopefully that could change for the better because I imagine there's some beautiful places over in India. They just don't get the care that they should, as far as that goes. That's where we get too fascinated with technology. We've got to keep a balance. Keep a balance as far as that goes. So that's one of my favorite places, the Waterman Conservation Center. And some people say, "Oh, that's boring. You're just walking through the woods," but it brings back so many fond memories when I was growing up as a kid. We didn't care about climate change. If it got too hot, it was too hot. You went in the air conditioning, and I can remember when there was no air conditioning. It's just like I can remember when there was no internet. Okay, let's see what else we got. Oh, we got City of Fire Department responds to a porch fire.
In Broome County, crews.
You can see the streets of Binghamton, New York, there in Broome County. Let's go ahead and go to this one here. We'll bring this one up and see what this one has to say. Let's see what
In Broome County,
porch
crews battled
fire.
the fire. In Broome County, crews battled the fire
Yeah.
in Binghamton.
Hang on. We're going to get to it. Hang on. Let me turn my camera off here. Okay, here we go.
In Broome County, crews battled a fire in Binghamton earlier this afternoon. That fire took place at 30 Fayette Street. According to the deputy chief with the City of Binghamton Fire, it started on the first floor back porch before spreading to the second floor porch. The cause of the fire is under investigation in Binghamton.
Okay, so evidently there was no loss of life or anything like that. So that's always a good thing. It is an old brick building. It's probably built back in the I'm looking at the columns. This building probably was built back in the 30s, as far as the architecture, the windows, and just this back porch here. I'm saying probably, and that's a more modern building right there. But the back porch, that's an old. So it's an old part of Binghamton, and it's a porch fire. So nobody was hurt as far as that goes. And let's see. And that was building's back porch and spread to the second floor interior porch. So something started. They didn't say what started it. So just a quick blip on the porch fire. And let's see, what else we got? Okay, that's it for WBNG. Let's see, we got The Whale, WAAL, Clean Movement Offers. Radio station 99.1 FM. They got the same things, nothing really there. What's this one about? They're continuing to demolish the old IBM plant there in Endicott, where what is it? Endicott, New York is the birthplace of IBM. Let's see, Channel 34 News. Let's see, what do we got? Road crews are filling potholes. That's an annual thing. You probably see that a lot down in Philadelphia, I think, or Captain Rehab. Let's go ahead and see what the old potholes in Binghamton, New York. Let's see. We need a pothole story here. Here we go.
The warmer weather, you can expect to see road crews out and about fixing the pavement and potholes throughout Binghamton. Binghamton road crews were on the west and south sides today, fixing pavement along several streets, including Conklin Avenue and Mozart Street. It's the time of year when road crews have started using a hot asphalt mix to fix potholes rather than the cold patch method, which is a more temporary solution used during colder months. Mayor Jared Cram says this year the city added another hot box asphalt truck to its fleet, which basically makes the work twice as efficient.
Right, getting out of winter, we go through and we repair potholes to make sure that it's safe for people to drive. But our comprehensive probably nearly $20 million infrastructure improvement plan we'll be announcing details of in the coming weeks. And that includes at-depth reconstruction as well as mill and pave of dozens of streets all across the city of Binghamton.
Cram says a lot of the commercial areas throughout the city will get work done during the night. Residents can contact the mayor's office to identify potholes and deteriorating pavement by calling Public Works at 772.
Okay, so they're working on the potholes as far as that goes, and Mayor Cram, he's a good mayor. He's a good mayor and stuff like that. So let's see. And let's see, Double J's says, yep, okay, concerning the places in India. Beautiful places in India stay beautiful only where people are there, sadly. Yeah, exactly, Double J's. Unfortunately and stuff. And okay, what do we got here? Coming up on 150. Oh, we're gonna do 2. I guess I did that extra hour there, Captain Rehab. We didn't realize we're coming up to finishing up our second hour here. So let's see what else we have to finish out the end of the broadcast here. And let's see, let's go to WENY out there in Elmira. And let's see, anything out there? Oh, this is another article on recruiting of firefighters here in New York on WENY. Let's go ahead and listen to this one. Another perspective as far as that goes. And there we go. Let's go ahead and check this one out here.
Volunteer fire departments across the southern tier need your help as they struggle with declining membership.
And WENY's Lindsay Madison tells us about a statewide recruitment initiative and why officials say you should consider joining.
If you've ever wondered what it's like to become a volunteer firefighter, then look no further than your local fire departments. There are perks to becoming one, from the tax breaks to the camaraderie, but also it's about helping the community. The Firefighters Association of the State of New York kicked off its annual Recruit NY campaign to help boost the number of volunteer firefighters. To help with the recruitment, local fire departments are opening their doors and inviting the community in to apply and ask questions this weekend. Today, local firefighters hosted a press conference to talk about some of the benefits of becoming a firefighter.
The camaraderie in the volunteer fire service is wonderful. There are opportunities for jobs, or you can network with people and find new employment opportunities. There are income tax credits from the state of New York that are very favorable.
Chemung County legislator Rodney Strange says it's now more important than ever to consider joining your local volunteer fire department.
We have to remember when we hear those fire sirens go off and those fire trucks, running around the community with their lights on, is that there's people behind those that aren't getting paid, that are just there to serve the community and help the community.
If you're thinking about signing up, the Southport Fire Chief says what you put into it is what you'll get out of it.
There's got to be that drive to help everyone, regardless of what it is. You're here doing a community service, whether you have a little bit of time or you realize you have a fair amount of time. You don't know until you come in and explore and find out.
If you're interested in becoming a volunteer firefighter, you can stop into your local department anytime people are there to pick up an application. Reporting from Southport, Lindsay Madison, WE. Okay,
that's folks at the Southport Volunteer Fire Department out there, Elmira Way. And the key word there, it's all about community. And as far as volunteering your time, I did my share at close to 20 years of volunteering as a local firefighter here in my community here for 15 and close to 4 years before I went in the service, and spent 20 years as a Air Force firefighter. So it's a very important job. The thing about the volunteers now, there's so much involved in the training now, especially here in New York. And you have to have the proper training to do this. You can't just do it. You sign up and then they give you a coat and bunker pants and helmet and you're off fighting fire. No, you got to know what you're doing. So Big Juice, always coming in at the end of the broadcast here. We're just finishing up here. Big Juice coming in from Cleveland coming in from Ohio. Your Cleveland Cavaliers are doing it up on the. Are they going to win? I know they're the big ticket on the NBA there and stuff. I know you're a Cleveland fan. Let's see what else on WENY. And this radio station or this TV station is a NBC affiliate. I have no full disclosure, no association with WENY News. I just showing what they have for the local community, which they do a good job along with WBNG and all the other news entities that I do present. They got an investigation of the seizure and death of Peanut, the social media star. Oh man, that was 16 hours. Is there a video on that? No. Let me read it. No, that's a sad thing. I don't want to. It should have never happened. That should have never happened. Let's see. Big Juice, how is your volunteer firefighter? What's this? How is you of... Oh, yeah, I was a volunteer. 15 years after I got out of the service. And before I went in the service, I was a volunteer. So it's like... So 40 years, 20 and 20, that's 40 years. So it wasn't 50 years, 20, but almost close to 40 years worth of firefighting service. And I did more than my share. It gets to a point. How are you a volunteer firefighter, but you still... How are you a volunteer firefighter, but you still get paid, right? Well, they give you incentives. They give you a tax break. You're not getting paid. You're still a volunteer. There's two differences. You got a paid professional, and then you have a volunteer professional, because the amount of training a volunteer does now, there is as much of a professional as a paid, but they don't earn a salary. It consumes as a volunteer. You're giving a lot of your time to the community as a volunteer. That's the difference, Big Juice. They're both. There's no real difference between the two, because the training of a volunteer is maybe not as the paid firefighter may have more experience, but the volunteer, they give more time. And in most cases, most of your paid firefighters are volunteers on their off time. So, but they're given incentives now. They're paying. You used to have to pay for your training. Now the state is paying for your training, which is it's a couple $1,000 just to fit one firefighter out. The helmet, the coat, the bunker pants and boots, that's $2,000 right there. So if you got a small community, you see, okay, so you understand that. Yeah. Okay. That's the difference. The slight difference, the volunteer firefighters, they're the same as a regular paid firefighter, but the paid firefighter just has more experience. The volunteer has the training, or else they wouldn't be doing the job. They won't let you go in as a volunteer because you have certain levels you have to acquire. Okay, firefighter 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to go into a burning building, you got to get the training to become a green tag as a volunteer. You can't just put the coat on and go running in. No. And that's the thing. It's time consuming, because if you're a volunteer, you got a regular job. So they're paying more. You almost. but it's hard to get volunteer firefighters now because of that aspect. Okay, let's see. Let's finish this out. What else we got on WENY? Anything else? And that's a negative. We don't have anything else. Let's see. Channel 18. Yeah, they got the same article about Southport. We won't rerun that. It's about the same thing. Out there in Elmira, there's nothing out there. Penny Saver, the Owego Penny Saver. You can check it out over there. Just give them a plug. OwegoPennySaver.com. It's a online entity of the paper news art thing that I do pick up on the weekends and stuff. Let's see. What do they got for news here? What's the news? News. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Any interesting news articles there? Okay, KISS 92.5. Sammy Haggart says Eddie Van Halen is helping him write a new song in his dream. What does that mean? They're working together. Let's see, KISS 104, nothing on there. Country 106.5 in Buffalo, New York, nothing really on. Buffalo Bills quarterback shocked at recent signing. What was he shocked about? Let's see. It looks like the Buffalo Bills are not great at communicating with their MVP quarterback. Josh Allen is back in Buffalo for phase 1 of the NFL off-season training and met with the media for the first time this off-season and stated he was shocked at the recent signing by the Buffalo Bills. Who did the Buffalo Bills sign? Who did they sign? I don't know. I didn't hear them signing anybody. Let's see. Let's get into this. Josh Allen says he didn't know that the Bills brought back Trey Davis White until he saw him in the locker room. Oh, let's go ahead and see this. Let's turn that off. Let's check. This is off of Matthew Bove's.
There's going to be quite a few new faces, and I just saw that we got Trey White back, which is pretty cool. I'm off social media, so I didn't know that. I was walking in the locker room today, and I peeked him, and I went to equipment manager. I was like, "Is that Trey White over there?" Just making sure. But it's good to see some familiar faces back, and obviously good to add some new pieces and start figuring them out as people and making sure that we get on the same page.
There's Josh Allen. He's shocked that they brought somebody back that he I guess he likes. So, so what's the rest of the article say here? Let's see. White, who was the first ever draft pick in 2017, was drafted just 1 year ahead of Allen. White left Buffalo as a free agent back in 2023 and played with the LA Rams and Baltimore Ravens last year. Will Trey White start in Buffalo? Well, nothing is guaranteed. White is expected to compete for a starting cornerback spot on the team. The Bills traded him away. Former first-round pick Kyle Elam this offseason, and White is expected to compete for the starting spot across current one cornerback Christian Benford. Okay, so there's a so that's Josh Allen didn't know. He was away from social media. That's always a good thing. Let's see. Power 93.7. What's this? I see snow. Powerful words for every driver in Western New York. they have the same article about Josh Allen, and let's see, and that's it. That's about all we have here, folks, concerning this particular Wednesday. Let's see, Cleveland. Big Juice says Cleveland Cavaliers game 2 tonight. Yeah, saw the Celtics. Celtics are playing. We'll see what happens. Knicks are playing. No, Knicks are playing tonight. I think Celtics are playing tomorrow night. So we got some good teams playing some. Round 2, game 2, as far as that goes. They're finishing up game, or is that game 3? I forget what. They're in the playoffs. That's all that matters. They're playing in the playoffs. So, but we are at the we're 2 hours and 7 minutes. Wow. But we're going to go ahead and exit stage left here, folks, and end the broadcast. And it's been great being here with you all this morning. I got to get ready, go out and take a shower because, man, it looks like it's going to be a really great day today. 70-degree weather today. We're at 44 degrees right now on the thermometer there. But I want to say thank you to Tina, our Jersey girl, for being here. Greatly appreciate you being here. Double J's coming in. Thank you, Double J's. Always welcome, my friend. Always welcome, and thank you for taking part in the conversation. Great hearing from you and stuff, Double J's, and as far as that goes. And we had, I think after that, we had Captain Rehab coming in. Captain Rehab, you're another one that's always welcome, my friend. Coming in from the city of brotherly love. Get some good banter there and stuff like that. And I know the only reason you come in here is to make sure the missus is doing good and stuff. I know that. I'm just kidding. And going down, let's see, who else did we have in the chat here after Captain Rehab? I think Big Juice was the only one that came in after that. He always comes in at the tail end. He always come at the Big Juice. You always come at the butt end of the broadcast. Just kidding. Great to have you here, Steve, coming in from Cleveland, Ohio, or Cleveland, or not Cleveland, coming in from Ohio. I don't know. He's around there and stuff like. He likes it, Cleveland. That's me. Yeah, that's you. And let's see. Get your shorts on, Rich. Show. Yeah, right. That's going to happen. And same to you, Double J's. We'll see you later. Have a great one. And again, thank you all for being here. It's always a pleasure having you guys here in the chat, as well as people watching. Thank you very much. As far as that goes, and greatly appreciated. And let's see what we have here before we go. Do we have anything? No, not seeing anything. And so it's always great to have an active chat, and you guys are a good part of the show, and I do appreciate it. I like the morning conversation here on the morning coffee, the Wednesday morning coffee. But we also, it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday at right around 6:00. And I do appreciate you all being here. So we're going to go ahead and exit stage left. You all have a great Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. You can follow me over on X at Fireman Rich. And yeah, I know. Okay. Yeah. Go tell Lamb that over on Jim Figerty. Okay. All right, Steve. Thank you. And you all have a great day today. We're halfway through the week, working towards the weekend, and you all have a great one wherever you may be on this big blue marble. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care. And we'll see you tomorrow. We will be doing an audio podcast, the Fireman Rich audio podcast. That'll be posted over there on X at Fireman Rich. And we'll see you back here Friday for the Friday morning coffee. So you all have a great one. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks. Thanks again.